Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to Loops and Lap Bars, and today we are at Gulliver's Kingdom.
Yes,
which feels
Matlock.
in Matlock Bath. Feels more like a valley than Valley did though. But so got into the park so far. We had an early ride time on the log coaster.
Yep.
Nice little coaster. We only got one go around unfortunately, but it was still a nice little smooth ride. Not particularly thrilling or anything like that.
No, not particularly thrilling, but if you've got little ones, they're going to love it.
Yeah,
a little bit of speed, but nothing insane.
Yeah,
so,
really nice sort of time. And then there was the zip line as well, weren't there, which was a bit decisive. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those you get harnessed up and there's a track and it just follows like a sky rail more than anything else. It's almost like a roller coaster, but not quite.
Yeah, kinda,
Some of us had trouble getting going, didn't we?
Yeah, I had trouble getting going, genuinely, because you get to the end of the walkway and you're just like, right, okay, this is high.
Drop.
This is high, and I have to jump off this, and brain just weren't having that this morning. And then I got told I could sit and kind of walk off the end, which was a bit easier, but for me, not my favourite thing.
I enjoyed that, but now we're up at the very top of near enough the very top of the park, like a safari area. We've just come up with the chairlift, which is incredibly useful. Looking at the hill as you come up, it's quite a steep hill. So we're going to get some stuff done up here, and hopefully have a even more enjoyable day than we did yesterday. So we'll take you along.
We will.
I hope we're there.
Are you gonna go it or?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Do you? Do we get quite wet because we're adults?
Here again.
Hello.
Oh, so we had to go around this little safari themed area and straight onto the sort of laser dodgems. Yeah. Called safari dodgems. It's exactly as that sounds. You're in a dodgem with guns. The only problem was that a lot of the scoring didn't work on it, so nobody had any idea who had done what, because you had a score.
Yeah, I had a score, mine was 800, I was quite pleased at that, considering the dodgems themselves, quite difficult to drive, because dodgem pedal usually for going is on the left side. This one, it's on the right, and going reverse is on the left.
Well, yeah, just to clarify with that one, you've got two pedals. You've got your right is go, your left is backwards, rather than just turning the wheel like you would on a conventional dodgems, but still good fun.
Yeah.
It does add a new element to it because you can stop, which is a bit weird. But after that, we went on a little drop tower, which does give you some surprising views over the valley and such. Not for the bigger person, unfortunately. Tracy couldn't get on it. They did try, and to be fair, it's quite a violent ride.
It did look quite jumpy from the bottom.
Considering that what it is, it was definitely more of a thrill than I was expecting it to be. Definitely more thrilling than like Magma and Croc Drop, even though they're a lot taller. Then after that, we had to go on a little travelator, which takes you the rest of the way up to the top of the valley, which is exactly as what it sounds. It's a rubber belt that sort of takes you all the way up to the top. It's only about 50 metres or something like that.
Yeah. So for those of you that are sat there going, you want to relive your gladiator days, go for it.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't go the other way. Actually, that would be quite good fun. But once we got up to the top, we had to go on the log flume.
We did, yep.
Which is quite a lengthy little layout, a single drop sort of affair. Not much to look at.
No, not much to look at, but then again, not much to not look at either. A couple of nice sort of caverns dotted around, like, that was it.
It does go into like a nice sort of rock work, sort of cavern valley sort of thing. Really quite nice. Drop was decent, and you don't get too wet.
No, you don't. You just get splashed, which is all
and
good.
On-ride photo.
Yeah, on-ride photo.
So that's pretty cool. And then we were just hanging around, had some snacks and things while I waited for Silvermine Shootout to open up, which is. It's not like anything else that you've ever been on. It's more like one of those interactive shooting galleries that you have in parks, where you'd put a quid in something like that and you can shoot things. But it's obviously like a ride. There's
Yeah,
no scoring
it's-
or anything.
No, there's no scorings, but the gun effect, that is rather cool. You've actually got to reload the guns, unlike in other sort of shootout games where you kind of you've got infinite ammo.
Yeah.
It's essentially a cross between an arcade game and Sheriff Showdown.
Yeah, it's all primarily for fun. It would be a lot better, I think, if they had some score on there, but it's not a particularly long ride either. So there's that, and that sort of leads to the end of sort of the safari and western areas.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure where we're going now, but we'll have a wander and see what we can do.
Yep.
Kind of come out the other end of the last foot.
Look at the pirate!
You get off the one land without like turning a bit noisy Hoover around them.
We got all toys.
Yeah.
And there was a Lego one where they did the story in Lego, and I'm sure that was the British company.
These cars that are in here.
We got a lot.
I don't think you've got any ones that are dinky though, have you?
I've got very old ones.
There's another one upstairs as well.
I've got ones of.
You've got some of the air effects.
Hello.
Hello.
So, here we are, back in the car.
Yes, just didn't really have opportunity to sort of sit and talk. But once we finished up with the western area, we ended up having wandered around and had some dinner. We went to the chippy, didn't we? We only had chips
Yeah,
I had chips, curry sauce, and a drink.
Yeah, and I had chips and gravy. Portion sizes, I have got to say, over the two parks both days are actually really quite generous, and the food, to be fair, it's normal sort of average park prices, but they're very generous with their portions. The food is all cooked in front of you, which is really nice to see as well. So yes, very good value for money on that front.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything special, but it's also not Aramark, so it's something to go on. Once we'd done dinner, we went on a few sort of the gentler rides just to let it settle. One of them being we were calling it the Lazy River, but it's essentially a little water ride that takes you around.
It's Gully's Pirate Adventure, I think, is what it's called.
Something like that. It's run by the Adventure Golf, it just takes you around a few sort of static scenes of pirates and such. There's not really much to talk about.
No, it's slightly better than the one they've got though at the other Gulliver's Park we were at yesterday. Though,
Gulliver's Valley, yeah.
This a bit more to look at and sort of
settled, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit settled and
Then there was also the Jurassic Jeeps, which is a very similar sort of thing to the water rides. A very similar sort of thing to all the sort of tracked rides in that they're car rides or water rides that go around static scenes. There's not an awful lot to write home about with them, but that's not a bad thing. They're introductory rides. Everything here is kind of like a kid's first so and so. So I have anything really to complain about with regards to those.
No.
Multiple uses of the chairlift, which is great 'cause it takes you right up to the very top of the park, but also can bring you all the way back down again. So you get some really good views not on the way up and down.
Yeah, we also did the cycle monorail, which standard fare there. You've got two to essentially a bike, and essentially you pedal yourself around the monorail, and you get some nice views out over the park and over the valley as well, which is nice, and you can take it as fast or as slow as you want.
Quite hard work, especially because for some reason, when it goes into the corners, it gets tighter, you have to put quite a bit of effort in to get around. But other than that, that's absolutely fine. It's nothing there. And then same with the was it a cycle saw?
Yeah, cycle saw.
Magic Bikes, I think it's called here, which is a ride manufacturer, ride model as well. standard, the same as the one at Flamingo Land.
We also did the Crazy Golf. That's an experience in itself. Very interesting courses. If you're expecting to get holes in ones, unless you're really good at trick shots, you've got no chance.
Yeah, it's definitely in need of some upkeep as their mini golf, and yeah, it's bonkers because the difficulty curve it's not like a standard mini golf where it goes easy, moderate, hard. This one it goes like easy, hard, moderate, hard, easy. It's weird and all over the place, but it's included in the price, so can't complain about that. Other things to talk about, we didn't get on the pirate ship because unfortunately that's been closed all day. As we mentioned, we did go on the zip line earlier on, still really enjoyed that. Multiple re-rides on things like the log coaster.
And the laser dodgems
dodgems, yeah. Eventually towards the end of the day we gave up with the lasers and just started running into each other.
Yeah.
But it's just been a really good day, even though we're all adults, apart from the few kids that we did have with us today. I've had a right laugh.
It has been good today. The one thing I will say about this park, if you are thinking of coming here, is it is very, very, very hilly. It's one of them parks that the ingenuity of British engineering, we have stuck a theme park on the side of a cliff.
Yeah.
But yes, that is one thing with this park. It is incredibly hilly. Granted, when you were at the top, you can see the heights of Abraham, and you can see quite a lot out over the valley, which if you've got little ones that aren't so good with heights, that might be a bit disconcerting for them. But if you've ever done the walk up at Legoland, it's the equivalent of that all the way through the park from top to bottom if you're going to walk it. So bear that in mind, especially if you've got buggies or wheelchairs.
Yeah, it's it's a very sort of steep gradient. But once again, thanks to Love to Explore for setting it all up. And I'm going to go through all the other names in a moment. But it's been a great day. I can definitely advise it again. So that's Gulliver's Kingdom, I think.
It is.
So that's a sign off for today.
It is. Bye.
Just want to add on as well, it was great to see all the people that we didn't mention yesterday, but yeah, we're just going to give specific shouts out to Coasting with the Joneses, Roller Coaster Zaros, Ginger and Brown, The Bears Escape,
Retro Carruthers, Coaster Dad, Adam and Craig Do Stuff, JD Booze Reviews, and It's a Steaksy Thing. Yeah,
it's great to see everybody that joined in, and I do apologise for yesterday not being able to round off all the names, but special thanks to Love to Explore for putting that up for us. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys again in the future at some point, and yeah, everyone take care of yourselves.